Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is Dalton, and we are back with another SPY trading recap video. Today was August 6th, 2026. It was a Thursday, and we got cooked again. So, we're going to get into it here. All-time highs still, obviously, just very hard to trade, especially for me. I just don't know why. I don't see things very clearly in all-time highs. And on top of that, it's just very tricky, very trappy. There's a lot of things that would normally play out that does not play out in all-time highs. So, yeah, it's just been having a rough week. So let's get into it here. Maybe learn from my mistakes. Here's the first candle of the day. You can tell just off the first 15 minutes, it was gonna be very trappy, tricky kind of day. So we're down here, then it's way up there, then it's back down here, back up there. It's all over the place. So I'm just kind of watching. I don't get into my first play until 10:42. It's right here. So it broke out below the pre market low and the previous day low, and I told myself wait for the retest. You know what I mean? Play the breakout retest. So it just breaks out pretty heavy, higher. It's the volume is growing as it's going down. So I'm looking for sells. It bounces up, red candle back down, then a higher volume green candle with even wick on each side. I think it's called the doji candle. That is usually like a sign of a reversal. But if you see a downtrend going on and then a high volume doji like that, I've seen a lot of times that's just to scare people out of their position. And then, like, if that happens, then you see the next candle go up and get pushed back down and it crosses that body. There's usually a lot of downside. So that's why I took it. I get in when it crosses that body. And I mean, this is the type of thing I'm talking about with all time highs. It's so scandalous. It doesn't make sense. That's a perfect setup for a sell. You know what I mean? Perfect. Look at that volume, too. Really high volume, got pushed down below that candle. I mean, you're thinking it's about to go down, right? Yeah, not when I'm in the trade. It rips up $1.50. You know what I mean? Just out of thin air. So obviously I get torched. I get in at 10:42. I sell at 10:48 for a $44 loss. Then a few minutes later, I get back in at 10:55. So I see it touched that previous day low, and then huge candle right back down. Low volume, which is definitely something to keep an eye on, but still, I mean that's a very strong setup right there. You know what I mean? So I get into another sell, and it just does the same thing. It's bouncing up. It's not really going down. It just keeps getting pushed back up, pushed back up, pushed back up. So I get in at 10:55. I sell at 11:02 for a $12 loss. Cause I seen it was a trap. It was not trying to go down. So again, just I'm not gonna say like a bad trade necessarily because like these are setups that should work out, but with it being all-time highs and then just with my luck this week, it's just not gonna play out for me. So yeah, I got smoked. But if I would have done my initial plan and waited for that retest, as soon as this candle goes up and it touches that previous day low, if I get into a sell, that is the play of the day. That's a $1.50 candle in 5 minutes. Would have been easy. You know what I mean? And that's what I should have done. But I didn't. I wasn't disciplined like I needed to be. And I got smoked. That's what happens. That's why it's important y'all learn from these lessons. You know what I mean? You need to be extra careful with what you take because if you try to be lenient, you try to gamble a little bit or try to risk things. I mean, it's just you don't want to gamble. You want to take trades that you know is going to play out. You know what I mean? So anyway, took one more trade at 11:46. So we'll go over here, right here. I get into a sell because again, I'm seeing like look at this. It's going down, just major red candles. If you see a green candle, it's followed by a major red candle. I mean, green candle, major red candle. You know what I mean? Higher volume, engulfing candle. So I get into a sell. And again, what happens? It's right back up. So I get in at 10:46. Right when this candle went back up and touched that EMA, I got in because it was weaker volume. You know what I mean? So yeah, got in at 11:46, sold at 11:50 for a $30 loss. Just like I said, just as soon as I got into a trade today, it ran the opposite direction, and as soon as I sold, it went back my way. So just not in tune with the market today or this week really at all. I'm down like 160 this week in the market. Just one of those weeks where it's pretty ugly, not really making a lot of sense. Trades that normally work out are not working out, and then trades that I usually don't take, I'm taking. Just a bad mix of stuff, y'all. All-time highs is just something I need to avoid because it's just I struggle. Not really sure why, but I really do struggle. So yeah, I mean that's all for this video, y'all. Hopefully y'all made some more money than I did this week, or at least hopefully you learn from your mistakes and learn from my mistakes here that I'm showing y'all. You know what I mean? Um, because yeah, it sucks. You know what I mean? But I'm being transparent. It's not all sunshines and rainbows. You're gonna have green days. You're gonna have red days. You just gotta take them as they come and learn from them, and lock back in the next day. So that's the plan. With how bad this week's been, I don't know if I'll trade tomorrow. So if I do, I'll make a video. If I don't, I'm just gonna reset, kind of chill this weekend, let my mind reset, and I'll be back locked in for next week. So I appreciate y'all watching as always. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you made some money in the markets, and I will see y'all next video. All right, peace.